Ladies and gentlemen, my prayers have been answered. Sigma's new lens is very exciting to me. I don't even know what to say. You know what? Let's just start over so we can all bask in it. Ladies and gentlemen, my prayers have been answered. Sigma's new lens is very exciting to me, and I don't even know what to say. Okay, not really. I always have something to say when it comes to cameras. Ever since Raymond and I took the plunge into L-mount, building our own collection, I've been pining for one thing, a true L-mount super telephoto lens. And about a month or two ago, I reviewed this lens at launch for Sony's E-mount, and now the L-mount version has hit the street, and I was front of the line to purchase one, and I am elated. Like I said, I did review the E-mount version of this, and I am going to link that video in the description of this video. In this video, I will also share some E-mount images and the L-mount images that we've captured so far. So if you are considering this lens for either mount, both videos are worth a watch. Before we go any further, in case you're new here, hi, my name is Lee. I have been sharing videos here on this channel for well over a decade. I always have a camera in my hand, so that's what I make videos about. Things where you might have a camera in your hand. I even have complete courses on different genres of photography that I take you from I have no idea what I'm doing to finished product. There's a link in the description to learn more about channel membership if you are interested in courses or the other benefits that I provide to members. Now, I want to be clear on something before I keep gushing about this lens. There are other telephoto options for the L-mount. We own one of them, the 70-200 f4 Panasonic lens, and there's actually an f2.8 70-200 from Panasonic as well. Leica has the extremely robust 90-280 f2.8 to f4, which we also love. There are a few other options as well, including a Sigma 100-400, which you can actually use with a couple of teleconverters to increase your focal length, but never before until now have we had an L-mount super telephoto going all the way to 600 millimeters at f6.3. Did I mention I'm excited? Here's why. The L-mount collection of bodies and lenses brings joy to me. The backstop of our collection is the instant classic Leica SL2 camera body. And there's just no other camera in my life that I've enjoyed handling and using more. Well, maybe, I don't know, Leica's Q2 or the Q2 monochrome. I don't know. Anyway, recently we added the Panasonic S5, which is a fantastic L-mount all-arounder with its equally capable video and stills abilities. However, we do have Nikon and Sony back there, and those two systems have a 200-500, which we use adapted on the Nikon Z system, and a 200-600 option for Sony. So when we need super duper reach, the L-mount bodies have sometimes had to stay home. In fact, it's one of the reasons that I had to leave my L-mount gear at home for my Yellowstone tour last May. Super telephoto was the order of the day, and I didn't have room for a system that couldn't bring me into 600 millimeters at a wide enough aperture to shoot in all conditions. But now, L-mount shooters rejoice! The super telephoto zooms are here. If it's your thing, this is the biggest and baddest. And it's at a price that's right in line with those from those other manufacturers. Okay, so what is this? 150 millimeters on the wide end, 600 millimeters on the long end, and everything in between. Unlike the other two super telephoto zooms that I have back there for Nikon and Sony, this Sigma lens zooms out to 150 millimeters rather than 200 on those others. And honestly, that can be kind of a lifesaver because mounting this lens on your camera is a commitment on a few levels. And anytime you can get a little more flexibility out of a lens this big, you're changing lenses fewer times and getting more range from the big one. On top of that, focusing distance at 150 millimeters is 58 centimeters, which adds a surprising amount of flexibility. We'll take it. The quality of the images is superb, and both our SL2 and the S5 work very smoothly with it. It's a lens really aimed at like the wildlife and sports market. I mean, it's actually in Sigma's sports line of lenses, but anywhere that you need to get your subject in close is what it's good for. L-mount cameras are not class leading in focus tracking and insane speed, but I've done plenty of wildlife photography, including birds in flight with the SL2, and we simply love our L-mount bodies for their all-around greatness. And this lens complements the body's abilities perfectly. It remains to be seen if I'll thin the herd back there of one or two of those super telephoto friends. I'll need a few months with this new lens before I can make that determination, but I'm putting them on notice back there. And if I do decide to sell either the Sony or Nikon super telephoto, I know that KEH will make it super easy, and this isn't sponsored or anything. I just like using them. Though I am an affiliate, if you're interested, my codes, they are in the description. They get you extra money if you're selling gear, and they save you money if you're purchasing gear. I definitely mentioned the usability of the lens in the review, but I want to rehash a couple of items here. There are optical stabilization options because, as I haven't mentioned yet, this lens has effective stabilization. One mode when you're panning and one when you're not. And there's a 150mm zoom lock, 2 autofocus lock buttons, a lens torque selector for how much physical resistance you want when zooming. There's a preset focus limiter, but for those of you that have the Sigma lens dock for L-mount, there's an additional switch for custom focus limiting. This lens has a tremendous amount of focus range, so if you're in a fixed spot with a subject at a set distance, this can make your life easier. I don't have the dock yet, but it's only a matter of time before it finds its way into my shopping cart. I realized that this was not an intense technical review of the lens. Honestly, it speaks for itself with its zoom range, 600mm on the long end, the amazing colors and tones that our Leica SL2 delivers on, and our newfound ability to use the system that we love from wide angle through super telephoto. Like I said earlier, we're just basking in the goodness right now after a wait that was well worth it. If you have questions, or if you're thinking about a lens like this, or if you have a ton of experience with super telephoto and you want to share some tips, let us all know in the comments below. If I don't have the answer to your questions, usually a community member does. And if we all don't, Sigma can help too, so don't be shy. Please give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and thank you for watching.